Welcome back to Channel Nation of Glory. Today, we bring you the story of a man whose voice could calm a storm, whose presence could silence a room, and whose soul carries the spirit of America itself. A man who didn't need flashy words or grand gestures to leave a mark because his silence spoke louder than most people's screams. His journey through Hollywood isn't just about movies or fame. It's about patience, passion, grit, and an unshakable belief in staying true to who you are. This is the story of Samuel Elliott, the man with the voice of thunder and the heart of gold. Samuel Elliott was born on August 9, 1944, in Sacramento, California. From the very beginning, he was different. He grew up in a time when Hollywood was larger than life, when heroes wore hats and rode horses and villains always met their fate in dusty duels at sundown. And deep down, even as a young boy, Sam Elliott wanted to be one of those heroes. But his journey wasn't a straight road to fame. It was full of curves, dust, and the kind of challenges that make a man question himself. His father, Henry Nelson Elliott, was a tough, practical man who worked for the U.S. Department of the Interior. His mother, Glenn Mamie, was a teacher and fitness instructor, strong, kind, and deeply supportive. Sam's father, however, didn't share his son's Hollywood dreams. He wanted Sam to have a stable, predictable life, not the uncertainty of chasing fame. When Sam told him he wanted to become an actor, his father said, "You've got a snowball's chance in hell." Those words burned deep, but they also ignited something powerful inside him. Sam wasn't the type to argue, he was the type to prove people wrong through action. As a teenager, Sam's family moved to Portland, Oregon. There, he attended David Douglas High School, where he first began performing in plays. He wasn't looking for attention, he just loved telling stories. He loved becoming someone else for a few hours, stepping into another world. After high school, Sam briefly attended Clark College, where he studied acting and performed in local theater productions. When he received praise for his performance in Guys and Dolls, a local newspaper even wrote that he should make acting his career. That small article, just a few lines of ink, planted a seed that would change his life. But before chasing his dream, Sam took time to understand the world. He worked in construction, studied at the University of Oregon, and even served in the California Air National Guard. Those experiences grounded him. They taught him hard work, humility, and respect, qualities that would later define his acting career. Eventually, he packed up everything he had and moved to Los Angeles, the city of dreams, and often, of heartbreak. In those early years, Sam struggled. He took small, often uncredited roles, waiting tables and doing whatever he could to make ends meet. His deep, gravelly voice, which would later become his trademark, wasn't seen as marketable at the time. Casting agents told him he didn't fit the look. Hollywood wanted polished faces and fancy smiles. Sam had neither. He had rough edges, a cowboy soul, and eyes that looked like they had seen 1,000 miles of desert. But he waited. He kept working. He kept believing. Then came his first real break, the film Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid in 1969. It was a small role, almost invisible to most, but to Sam, it was everything. Because he was finally standing where he had dreamed to be, on a Hollywood set. He didn't care about screen time. He cared about learning, watching, and earning his place. From there, he built his career piece by piece, like a craftsman, not a star. He appeared in countless television shows throughout the 70s, such as Mission Impossible, Gunsmoke, and Hawaii Five-0. He wasn't chasing fame, he was building respect. And then, Hollywood started to notice something rare. Sam Elliott wasn't just another actor. He was a presence. He didn't need to shout to be heard, didn't need to pretend to be tough, he was tough. He had a stillness, a quiet confidence that spoke to people's hearts. Roles in westerns became his calling card. His mustache, his stare, and his voice became symbols of American masculinity, not the loud, reckless kind, but the kind built on dignity and honor. In the 1980s, his fame grew with films like Lifeguard, Tombstone, and Mask. He often played the mentor, the rugged cowboy, or the moral compass, the man everyone respected, even if they feared him a little. And what made him stand out wasn't just his talent, it was his authenticity. He never chased trends. He stayed true to himself. While others reinvented their image, Sam remained Sam, calm, grounded, and real. That's what made audiences trust him. But behind the camera, there was another love story, unfolding, one that would shape his life forever. While working on the film Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, Sam briefly met an actress named Catherine Ross. She was beautiful, elegant, and already an established star, known for her work in The Graduate and The Stepford Wives. Years later, they met again while filming The Legacy in 1978, and this time, the timing was right. The quiet cowboy had found the woman who would ride beside him for life. They married in 1984 and have been together ever since, one of Hollywood's longest and strongest marriages. While fame tested many relationships, theirs stood firm, built on love, respect, and shared dreams. Together, they had a daughter, Cleo Rose Elliott, who became a musician. Sam often says that his wife is his rock, that she believed in him when he doubted himself. And in return, he built a life grounded not in Hollywood lights, but in real love and quiet moments. Through the 1990s and 2000s, Sam continued to work steadily. His voice, once considered too rough, became one of the most recognizable sounds in the world. He narrated commercials, documentaries, and films, giving each word a weight that few could match. When Sam Elliott spoke, people listened. But his career didn't just stay in the realm of westerns. He proved his versatility with powerful performances in films like The Big Lebowski, We Were Soldiers, and The Contender. Each role showed a different side of him, not just the cowboy, but the man beneath the hat. Yet, even after decades in Hollywood, Sam remained humble. He avoided scandals, stayed out of the spotlight, and focused on the craft. When asked how he stayed grounded, he once said, "The Western way of life is about integrity, honesty, and hard work, and that's how I try to live." Then came a film that reminded the world why Sam Elliott was a treasure. A Star Is Born in 2018. In the film, he played Bobby Maine, the older brother of Bradley Cooper's character. It was a role full of pain, love, and quiet strength. When Sam delivered his lines, you could feel the years of wisdom and sorrow in his voice. His performance earned him an Academy Award nomination for Best Supporting Actor. It was a long time coming, 50 years of dedication, and finally, the world stood up and applauded. But Sam didn't let it change him. He didn't chase awards or attention. When asked about the Oscar nomination, he simply said, "It's about the work." It always has been. Even now, in his late 70s, Sam Elliott continues to inspire. He represents something rare, a Hollywood star who never lost his soul. He reminds us that greatness isn't about fame, it's about character. In an age where people often mistake noise for strength, Sam shows that true power is found in silence, in authenticity, in staying humble no matter how high you rise. He once said, "You don't choose to be who you are, you just are. And if you're lucky, people see you for it." And that's exactly what's happened. The world sees Sam Elliott not as a movie star, but as a symbol of integrity. He's the voice of old America, the kind that believes in hard work, love, and decency. And yet, he's also timeless, respected by generations who grew up watching him stand tall against villains, speak softly to heroes, and teach us that being a man isn't about being loud, it's about being kind, loyal, and true. Samuel Pack Elliott's story isn't just one of Hollywood's success. It's the story of a man who stayed true to himself when everyone else was trying to be someone else. From that young boy in Oregon with a dream, to the voice that defines courage and calmness, Sam's journey reminds us that patience, passion, and authenticity never go out of style. He never rushed his destiny. He waited for the right moments, and when they came, he made them count. And perhaps that's why, when people hear that deep, soulful voice, they don't just hear words, they feel something. They feel honesty. They feel history. They feel Sam Elliott. Thank you for watching this emotional story of Samuel Pack Elliott, a man whose life reminds us that greatness doesn't need to shout. Sometimes, it just needs to speak softly and stay steady. If his story inspired you, don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to Channel Nation of Glory, where we bring you more emotional, Hollywood-style stories about the legends who built their dreams from the ground up. Because some voices may fade over time, but the voice of truth, the voice of passion, and the voice of Sam Elliott will echo forever.